Welcome back students to Gyanmanjari Vidyapith online education. In today's video lecture, we are going to discuss the final portion of our fourth lesson Indigo in the main textbook Flamingo. The author of this lesson is Louis Feaster. Students, in last video lecture, we had discussed up to the portion when Gandhiji wanted to know all the things about ashrama when he was not there at that time also. The plants of indigo totally were disappeared. Majority of the portion were free from the crops of indigo, and the plan of British government was the kind of failure for all the people. Now peasants, sharecroppers, they could realize that there is the person named Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. This is the fellow who will already and always will be there to stand for them, and that's why they become more stronger, and now they became courageous also. The fight of Gandhiji against the Britishers run well, and then he took help of Kasturbai for the people, poor people, especially the women, and he tried to solve the problem of poverty. So students, let's continue this lesson today. But Champaran did not begin as an act of defense. It grew out of an attempt to alleviate the distress of large numbers of poor peasants. This was the typical Gandhi pattern. His politics were intertwined with the practical day-to-day problems of the millions. His was not a loyalty to abstractions, it was a loyalty to living human beings. In everything Gandhi did, moreover, he tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. Gandhiji tried all the things so that Indian people, Indian community can be freed for all the things. Here, freedom from not only the things, independent, not only the meaning according to the Britishers, but also he tried in the best way so that Indian community can be freed from fear also. It is said here that Champaran did not begin as an act of defense. It grew out of an attempt to alleviate the distress of large number of poor peasants. This was the typical Gandhi pattern. Actually, to defeat the Britishers, to fight against Britishers, Gandhiji followed so many patterns, so many techniques, and actually common people could not understand all this pattern, all this technique. His politics were intertwined with the practical manner. He was of course he was tradition, but also he was practical because he was advocate also, and he was aware about all the things about current circumstances in India at that time, day-to-day problems of the millions. Because suppose he's going to solve the problem of one, then it can be possible that the problems of another's so many can be arise, and that's why he became practical and he tried to solve so many problems at the same time so that it can be beneficial for all the people. His was not a loyalty to abstractions, it was a loyalty to living human beings. Of course, in traditional manner, it was possible that he didn't follow all the thoughts, but it was in practical manner the loyalty for human beings, the loyalty for living beings, and actually it was the greatest thing about him. In everything Gandhi did, moreover, he tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. Here we can find the unique definition of freedom. If all the people, if everybody is going to stand on their own feet, then it would be the kind of current and it can be the whole freedom, because financially also people should be able to stand on their own feet. That is also required, and that's why Gandhiji tried for this also, said that all the people can stand upon their own feet. Financial freedom we can find here. New words we can find here, students. The first one is defiance, means opposition, not to be agreed for all the things, to opposite, and this is the noun of that verb. Alleviate means uplift. Distress means torture. Intertwined means twisted, braided, or neat. Abstractions means something which exists only as an idea. It is very familiar term for us because we know the types of noun. In the types of noun we can find the one portion abstract noun. Abstract noun means the kind of idea or the kind of thing or anything. It cannot be formed in proper way, it cannot be shaped, it cannot be colored, there is not proper form of that, but it is there in existence, that is abstract. For example, our thoughts, our likes, dislikes, that is pity, sympathy, all these things, our emotions, that is abstract now. We can feel it, it is there in existence, but we cannot say that it is pity, it is sympathy. No, we cannot say. That is abstract now. Okay, let's see the next portion. Early in the Champaran action, Charles Frere Andrews, the English pacifist who had become a devoted follower of Mahatma. It is very remarkable thing for us that this fellow also, this English pacifist Britisher, he also became the follower of Mahatma Gandhi. He was also very much impressed and affected by the thoughts, the mentality and the ideology of Gandhiji, and that's why he became the follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Came to bid Gandhi farewell before going on a tour of duty to the Fiji Islands. Gandhiji's lawyer friends thought it would be a good idea for Andrews to stay in Champaran and help them. Andrews was willing if Gandhi agreed, but Gandhi was vehemently opposed. Actually, he arrived there at that place to bid the farewell to Mahatma Gandhi when he was leaving that place, Champaran, and the another people, the lawyer friends, he suggested and he thought that here Andrew should stay there only to support them, so that it can be the greater deal and the process can be faster for the peasants and the process should not be delayed, and that's why they suggested that Andrew should stay there. But here Mahatma Gandhi did not agree, he totally opposed. Next portion, he said, you think that in this unequal fight it would be helpful if we have an Englishman on our side. Here Mahatma Gandhi is saying that you people are thinking that if in this kind of circumstances, in this kind of situation, when we are fighting against the English people, against the Britishers, then if one Englishman is there in our side, it can be beneficial. You fellows, you people are thinking like this. This shows the weakness of your heart. You are not strong enough, and it also shows the lack of confidence, that you don't have that strong trust upon yourself. You are weak by heart. The cause is just and you must rely upon yourselves to win the battle. You should not seek a prop in Mr. Andrews because he happens to be an Englishman. Just because he is an Englishman, he belongs to English community, you want help of him. It is not good, it is not proper. If it is that suppose you takes the help of him and you find something greater, then also your inferiority complex will become stronger. That because of this English fellow, we could win the battle. So I totally oppose for this thing, and you people, you Indian people, should win this battle on your own base, on your own fit, because you all are stronger enough. So there is no requirement of an Englishman for this battle. This is the ideology and mentality of Gandhiji. He is confident enough about Indian community, and he emphasizes that the Indian people should fight for themselves on their own feet only, not they should not take help of English community. Next portion, he had read our minds correctly. Rajendra Prasad comments that Mahatma Gandhi knows everything well. He is totally right that we feel we have this inferiority complex, that if an English person is there with us, it would be easier for us, and Mahatma Gandhi could read everything, our minds also. And we had no reply. Gandhi in this way taught us a lesson in self-reliance. That the lesson of self-reliance means we should not be dependent on others. We should be independent, not only financially but also according to our thought also. And we should become confident enough. We should not be dependent on others. Self-reliance, Indian independence, and help to sharecroppers were all bound together. These were the things that bond all the people together, kept all the people together. Because of these three aspects, they became closer. The next we can find new words in these passage. The first one is pacifist. Pacifist means peacemaker. Vehemently, it means in an intense manner, in very serious manner. Self-reliance means self-sufficiency or self-support we can find. And prop means here support. Here the meaning of prop will be support. So students, here we ended up about this lesson. We completed it here. Suppose you find any kind of difficulty, any kind of query, you are free to ask me. आज के वीडियो लेक्चर में, इस लेसन में हमने ये डिस्कस किया कि वहाँ के जो कम्युनिटी थी, वहाँ के जो पीजेंट्स थे, वहाँ के शेयर क्रॉपर्स थे, उनको महात्मा गांधी जी ने अच्छी तरह से समझा दिया था और वो प्लेस को लीव करने वाले थे. उसमें एक एंड्रू नाम का एक पर्सन आता है जो गांधी जी के थॉट से डोमिनेट होकर, उनसे इम्प्रेस होकर, उससे अफेक्टेड होकर वो उनका फॉलोअर बन जाता है. फिर ये लॉयर्स जो है वो सोचते हैं, जब वो एंड्रू आता है, गांधी जी जब चंपारण को लीव करते हैं और उससे फेयरवेल बीट करने के लिए आता है, तो इंडियन लॉयर्स ऐसे सोचते हैं कि ब्रिटिशर्स के अगेंस्ट हमें जो फाइट करना है उसके लिए अगर एंड्रू हमारी साइड में होगा तो हमारे लिए बहुत ही बेनिफिशियल होगा. और गांधी जी को वो इसके लिए पूछते हैं, पर गांधी जी इस बात को टोटली अपोज कर देते हैं. वो बोलते हैं कि हमें हमेशा सेल्फ रिलायंस होना चाहिए, इंडिपेंडेंट होना चाहिए और हमें सिर्फ अपने आप पे ही डिपेंड करना चाहिए, किसी भी और पे हमें डिपेंड नहीं करना चाहिए. उनकी जो मेंटालिटी थी कि अगर इंडियन कम्युनिटी को किसी इंग्लिश मैन का सपोर्ट मिले तो वो जीत सकते हैं. अगर ऐसा हो जाता तो वो और भी ज़्यादा इन्फीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स को डेवलप कर लेते. इट मीन्स वो और भी ज़्यादा अपने आप को छोटा समझते और इंग्लिश पीपल को बड़ा समझते. वो ऐसा समझते कि इंग्लिश मैन के होने की वजह से उनकी जीत हुई है, पर गांधी जी ऐसे सोचते हैं कि उन्हें अपने दम पर ही ये जीत हासिल करनी है. एंड दैट्स वाई ही अपोज्ड फॉर दिस प्रपोजल. एंड द लॉयर्स कुड कम टू नो अबाउट दिस थिंग. उन्हें पता चला गांधी जी ने उनके मन को पढ़ लिया है और वो इनकी बात को एग्री कर लेते हैं कि उनकी बात अच्छी है और सही है और उन लोगों को अपने आप पर ही डिपेंडेंट करना चाहिए और किसी भी और पर डिपेंड नहीं करना चाहिए. और यहाँ पे इन सभी आइडियोलॉजी के साथ, इन सभी थॉट्स के साथ यहाँ का हमारा जो लेसन है वो कंप्लीट होता है. यहाँ के इस लेसन में हमें ये बात सीखने को मिलती है कि इंसान को हमेशा इंडिपेंडेंट रहना चाहिए, अपने आप पर ही डिपेंड करना चाहिए, किसी और पर डिपेंडेंट नहीं रहना चाहिए, किसी और के थॉट से भी अफेक्टेड नहीं होना चाहिए, और हमें सुपीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स भी नहीं लाना है और इन्फीरियोरिटी कॉम्प्लेक्स भी नहीं लाना है। हमें सिर्फ कॉन्फिडेंट रहना है और सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट रहना है। Okay students, suppose you find any kind of difficulty, any query, you are free to ask me anytime. Thank you. Have a nice day.